No,
E.T.
Very good.
Maybe. Hey,
we're back.
Welcome in.
Episode
81.
81.
Randy Moss episode. Your guy, Aaron Hernandez episode.
My guy, Hernandez.
You haven't watched the show.
I watched the show, but if you're going to tell me he wasn't a great football player, you're a liar.
True. In his
Better football player than person.
Easily.
Similar to Pete Rose.
Easily. Better baseball player than person. Yeah, he just...
Probably a better football player than person, too.
Yeah, I mean, he just gambled a bunch, right? Or was there anything really bad in there? I think he was just a big gambler.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But he was gambling when he was like the coach, I think.
Big time.
The manager.
Oh, yeah, on his own team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Till lose, I think.
Yeah.
I
mean, if you're going to...
Nah.
Whatever, dude.
He was going all the way.
Dead, though.
Yeah, beat you in fantasy this week. You headed into Monday night with a 55-point lead, and I beat you.
So...
That was big.
We've reached the point in the season. This was the turning point where I was having fun until now. And then I have two fantasy leagues, and I played both my rivals at the same time and was winning both of them.
It was the Wagon Classic.
In dramatic fashion.
The Wagon Bowl.
And now, like, my team's kind of hurt, and I don't love, like, part of my team. I've reached the point where it's like, I'm not 100% having fun. If I'm being totally transparent with fantasy football.
I'm not having fun anymore.
Everyone knows they get to that point where they're at least stressed out about their team because of injuries, or you're like, Ramondre Stevenson is never gonna play a game without fumbling.
No.
So how could I have a good time?
Yeah.
If I
was 0-4, I would have been in trouble.
Yeah,
I still made a season-changing trade because I thought it was the right move.
Yeah.
But
Do we want to talk? Should we break down some fantasy? This is the Wagon Fantasy Corner.
Let's do it.
What was your trade?
I basically made I started the season where I was going to have two really awesome guys on my team. So I had Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb because I traded in the draft.
Matt had a weird draft strategy where he was like, I'm going to stockpile early picks.
Yeah. And
have no picks in the middle of the draft.
At all.
He somehow got away with
CD and Justin Jefferson.
J.K.
Dobbins and David Montgomery. It's a pretty good squad.
No, like not those aren't good. Like draft day, those are bad running backs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Draft day bad.
But I'm saying your stockpile of the early picks, you got Laporta. You had picks. You had 3 picks in the first 2 rounds, and then literally nothing for like 6 rounds.
Nothing for 6 rounds.
You definitely did it wrong.
And yet I started 0-3, but like that's why I was like, is my team really that bad? And the points, I was right there with anyone. So
but
like, I don't think
last year.
I know, but I'm like, is my team really the problem? I was like, I don't think so.
What would the problem be?
I don't know. You know?
Okay, if it's
it was
not
just
your team.
well. That's why I'm like, let's ride it out for a little bit. So I was, kept it this week. Barely beat you, and then I kind of looked at like, all right, I think we're gonna need to change some things up because I'm barely winning these games. I need some more firepower.
Barely winning this game.
Not this one game. I'm 1-3.
Pluralized games.
So I'm like, who am I gonna trade? Jefferson or CeeDee Lamb? Because basically I was getting the same interest from either. Yeah. Jefferson's like wide receiver 3.
Yep.
His schedule though.
Right.
Coming up.
Tough division. I would have gave you Jaden Daniels.
I know. But I'm really high on Worthy. And I wanted another running back.
I don't know why.
Yeah, you got Bijan. And I got Bijan. So
in my other league, I have been trying to package Ramondre because he's not like terrible, obviously, but allegedly gonna not be starting this week and fumbled 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be down. Whatever. Ramondre sucks. So I've been trying to package him with. I have like good wide receivers. This is in my other league. With like a Deontay Johnson. And maybe like a Jameson Williams, and you give me like a good running back and like a bad wide receiver. I've been trying that with a bunch of different teams in my league, and they seem to all not be taking it. Because I got one text from, I'll leave these sources anonymous.
Thank you.
Let me find it real quick. I got one text that just said, "Stop insulting me, you're a moron." And that's from a respected individual. And then someone else declined my trade and immediately after sent me Rashee Rice for Marvin Harrison Jr., who Rashee Rice is out for the
season. Yeah.
So clearly I've been insulting them, which I think that's not a crazy trade, but I've been like embarrassed. Like now I'm scared to send trades because I don't want to seem like I'm underdogging people.
Of course. Yeah. That is tough. And those are with a lot of adults.
A lot of like
wealthy adults. Did well in life adults. Yeah. And then we have our league that I'm in with you, which is a bunch of
12-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's not even degenerates. It's just like
fantasy
stupid
degenerates.
People.
Yeah. Like they're like, all they do is fantasy.
Screen time is crazy.
I love it. But, oh my God. Trades all the time. Trades up the wall.
Oh my God. Well, Jamar Chase got traded 3 times before the first game.
It's crazy. It's so crazy.
All right.
So that's fantasy. That's our fantasy.
That's our fantasy. What else are we going to talk about? Today's Wednesday, October 2nd.
Yep.
October has arrived.
Wow.
The fall has arrived.
The fall has arrived.
Not happy.
Yeah, I'm not either. But
I keep telling I think I'm happier than I thought I was going to be.
That's awesome.
That's a win.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm right where I thought I was going to be.
At home.
Struggling.
Yeah.
But I like to watch the leaves change and football happen.
Yeah, football. That's
fun. I played tennis the other night.
How'd you do?
Back.
Really?
Oh, how'd I do? I did really well.
Okay.
I mean,
nice.
I had several plays, top 10.
Several top 10 plays.
Several top 10
if the cameras
plays.
were on.
I would have had probably 3 in the top 10. I played well. I needed.
Did you have a tweener?
No, but I had some crazy just gets.
Right.
I was king of the court
Top
for like
10.
the whole time. It felt good. I needed it.
Where would it have ranked with Ryan Williams' touchdown, game-winning touchdown?
I think if that's 1, I'm like
2 and 3.
I think I'm 3 and 6. That's where my plays are. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm top 10.
All 3 of them are 3 and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 10 p.m. So again, our brains are puddles.
But
I'm excited to kind of speak some nonsense.
Me
People
too.
were upset that I left Matt LaFleur outside of the top 10 coaches. Hey, it's called.
Forgot.
I'm allowed to have an opinion.
Hey, sorry, I forgot he existed.
I'm sorry. Who did I put 10?
I don't know. You
Doug
put
Peterson.
Doug Peterson at 11. Yes.
Yeah.
Higher than him.
That's a
You
good
put
spot
an
for him.
offensive coordinator at 6, which you seem to be pretty dead on about that.
He is awesome.
Ben Johnson is awesome.
He's awesome.
Ben Johnson
Some
is
good
awesome.
play calls.
Yeah.
That touchdown pass was amazing.
So cool. We'll get into it
Yeah.
when we talk about the NFL, and we're also talking about college football.
With our insider Andrew Gase.
Yeah,
But
he
right
was
now
excited.
we're going to do
The year game.
the year game.
Year game. I have a bunch of superhero things I have to tell you about.
All right.
I know. You
Let's
always
do
text
it.
me all week. Quinn goes, Matt, I can't wait for you to tell me about the superhero things. I have no way to get my news, so I depend on you to get
I woke
me
up
the
at
news.
5 a.m. today and looked up superhero news, and they just said, ask Matt.
I woke up at 4 a.m. in a cold sweat because I dreamt that we were interviewing Bill Belichick, and I messed it up.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why
That
did...
wasn't a dream, man.
Dude, it was bad. And like I kept watching him today on like his media stuff, and I'm like, I messed
He's
it up
probably
with that
rattled.
guy. He's
Really?
rattled. I was like, why didn't you ever re-sign the Patriots top guys? And he was like, well, let's keep it about football. Like I always tried to do that, and I was like, I don't believe you. I made it a huge thing, and I remember you were like, Matt, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I was like, So rattled.
I don't
didn't
know if
sleep
I-
from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. because of that dream.
Okay, that's 2 hours.
Staring at the
perfect
ceiling.
sleep time.
Oh my god, brutal.
I don't know if I could actually interview Bill Belichick. I don't know what we would
clearly
talk about
can.
and have in common, because
clearly
my
can.
brain is like maybe 0.5% of football knowledge compared to his.
Oh, less.
And I don't know if he'd want to talk about anything else.
No. Have you seen his Inside the NFL? That is by far my favorite media stuff he does.
No.
It's him, and he's like a teacher, and it's Ocho, Chris Long, and Ryan Clark.
Yeah, I have seen
and he's
some of
always
this.
just like, Chad, what is this? And he goes, the play caller, coach. And it's just, that's the whole thing. He's like, who's this? And he's like, that's Gary Kubiak, coach.
Okay.
That's awesome. It's so, he goes, Chad, like every time. He just picks on Chad. It's
That's
amazing.
awesome.
It's so
That is funny.
that's a big recommend of mine.
Okay, cool.
Back
What
to
do
my
you got,
superhero
Stu? What do you
news.
got?
Okay, the Penguin episode 2 came out.
Okay, he's not a superhero.
It's in the superhero genre. Please.
And Batman is...
Don't do this. Don't
Awesome.
do this. Thank you.
Okay, what you said don't... All right, whatever.
It's better than episode 1. Again, I'm still seeing 100% positive reviews for this show.
Okay.
I'm still like, why does everyone love it so much? I'm still like not really. It's still got a missing link to me.
But is it bad?
It's definitely not bad.
Okay.
Definitely not bad. It's at worst pretty good.
Okay, so it's missing something.
It's just like, I don't think the writing's that good. I'm not intrigued by all these other characters. They all just seem like archetypes, you know? Like they just seem like a bunch of Sopranos, Peaky Blinders, the typical archetypes. And like, that's cool, that works. Like, you gotta give me a little something. Like, none of the actors are really like
The Penguin's
doing it for
not?
me. He's awesome.
Okay.
Everyone but him. Watching him is awesome.
Well, the show is called The Penguin. It's
I
about
know,
him.
but it's like you have all these other characters that I'm wanting more from. Some people are loving the Sophia Falcone character and like the actress, and I'm like, yeah, like she's a psycho. Like, okay, she plays the psycho well. It's like I just need a little bit more. But and he gets away with everything. I mean,
That's
everything.
how it works.
Yes, but in like Peaky Blinders, and I imagine Sopranos, Peaky Blinders, like you would get, like reach the end of the episode and you're like, oh my god, what a genius move! Like that was so cool.
Right, but you realize the show you're watching is in a fictional fairyland.
That's not
True.
the point. Not the point.
But true.
But can happen.
true.
I mean, Peaky Blinders was virtually
No, but is
a
it
fictional
true?
fairyland.
When in the history of the Batman,
Let's do it.
like,
Has it been realistic? The Dark Knight.
you didn't even let me ask my
Okay,
question.
please.
I'm saying, like, when has there been a moment where it's like, oh, something went wrong, let's call the cops on the bad guy?
Sure. No, true. I just mean like he should have been killed by like he's basically like an inside man with like both the families right now.
Okay.
And he had like he stabbed some guy, and then they all came in. They were like, "Who stabbed that guy?" And I was like, "He's just gonna plant the knife on some guy's jacket." And he was like, "I gotta plant," and he planted the knife on some guy's jacket.
What else is he gonna do? Was he gonna be like me?
I know, but like write a more clever situation.
Okay.
You know,
He stabs everyone else in the room.
I don't know. Like, turns out the knife was a cake made of cake. The whole time. You know, just something cool. Something cooler.
It's Cake Wars.
Just something cooler. All right, just something cooler.
Okay.
Expanding upon that, Kyle Chandler cast as Hal Jordan in the new Lantern series. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, man.
He played the FBI agent in Wolf of Wall Street and the coach in Friday Night Lights. I think he's going to be a great Green Lantern. I'm very excited. He plays more of a mentor role. Also, this is something that I called.
I have a prediction for Green Lantern.
Please.
They're going to do like the multiverse thing.
No.
Bet they will.
No, they're DC. They're very anti-multiverse.
They've done it.
Yes, in the previous era. It's a new era. James Gunn has said that multiverse...
I'm done with it. If you're changing eras, it's multiverse. Everything should exist in the same...
No.
Yeah.
No, it's a new era. That era doesn't exist at all. James Gunn said it's something...
It's starting fresh?
Starting fresh.
When does that happen? That shouldn't happen in reality.
It happens.
Doesn't happen in like
it happens
Star
when
Wars.
all of your movies are bad.
Okay.
Like
they did it in The Flash.
Yeah, garbage. That was the last.
That was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, they started a new one.
They just choose when the era starts.
Yeah.
So you make you make a bad movie and you're like, all right, new era. So you have to wait till a good one happens.
They made like 10 bad movies. That's the thing.
I know
all those movies were bad. Batman v Superman bad.
There was
Shazam bad. Black Adam bad. Aquaman 2 bad.
They made Barbie.
No, Warner Brothers actually did make Barbie.
Told you.
Same. Anyway, James Gunn comes in doing his Superman thing, whole new rebuild. The guy who did Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay. That's why I'm very bullish on it. I'm very excited. Okay. But the whole question has been like, who's going to be the Batman of that new era?
Batman's Green Lantern?
Dude, no.
Oh.
They need a Batman because the Pattinson Batman has been very much like, no, we're not getting involved in all the multiverse garbage. We're going to be our own separate thing. And everyone's like, that's a good idea. But I'm like, James Gunn, you have your Batman already. It's Robert Pattinson. You should just convince Matt Reeves to bring Batman in and just have Batman be part of, similar to how Iron Man was in the MCU. But it was like very much, no, it's not going to happen. It's his own thing. We're just going to get Glenn Powell to be Batman or something.
Okay, so they're going to have two Batmans at the same time.
And I was like, that's going to be dumb. And then last week, news broke, James Gunn, quote, doing everything in his power to try to get Robert Pattinson as just like the Batman in the new DCU.
In my brain, Green Lantern is like a fucking like cereal box, like funny little superhero. Yeah. And the Dark Knight, or the new Batman turned into like Seven.
Yeah, right. So that's like, why it's tough, and that's why it's going to be tough. But it's like, dude, you have your Batman. You have an amazing Batman. Why are you like trying to find a new Batman?
I also have another question.
Please.
What is Green Lantern's power?
He has a ring.
That does what?
That just gives him a bunch of like CGI power, basically.
I know he goes like, wah, wah,
yeah.
I know, because I remember I watched the Super Friends, but what does it do?
I think it literally is just like a power ring.
And isn't there like 1,000 of them?
Yeah, the Green Lantern Corps.
Okay.
Well, that's why I said there's two.
I'm out. You're bullish. What's the opposite of bullish?
Bearish.
I'm bearish.
There's two of them.
And it's a bear market. It's a bear market if we're being honest. Superheroes in general.
Yeah, I would say bullish after Deadpool and Wolverine. But anyway.
Bearish.
So yeah, that's exciting. No, it's an exciting time. Superman's going to be great. Superman's going to be really good.
It's going to be really good.
Next June. I'm excited. They're going to start releasing trailers in December. In other news, your guy JD Vance did well last night.
Vance Refrigeration.
Yeah. He did really well.
That's Bob Vance. I was actually going to ask you about this.
Please.
Because the other guy was Tim
Walz.
Which guy is Trump's guy?
JD Vance.
Okay. What did he do that was well?
He so everyone hates him.
I saw Antonio Brown tweeted a lot about Tim Walz and
can't be good.
Horse Cum.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that.
I didn't watch a single second of it. I didn't even know what was going on.
I don't know about that. He could have said a bunch of things.
Although Antonio Brown, maybe not. People are saying maybe not the most reliable.
Maybe. Tim Walz's whole thing, he's like, I'm just a guy, football coach, won a state championship, and now he's a VP. People are like, what a great VP candidate. Because it's like just a guy. Love that guy.
Just a guy.
JD Vance, absolute opposite. He's like just super unlikable dude. Just like, bad choice. Politically, bad choice.
Okay.
Last night.
Turned the tides.
Kind of turned the tides.
Really?
He showed up. JD Vance was really good. Really good. And what was cool is the whole time they were just like complimenting each other.
Oh, all right.
And it was like, all right, we might be back a little bit.
Yeah. I saw like a bunch of memes of them just being like, should I start Mo Alley Cox? And then they're like debating.
I think me and the senator agree that
Mo Alley Cox has earned a starting role.
But we need to maybe pivot.
Speaking of, this is a crazy side note.
I love it.
But on the vein of the WWE doc.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that.
I was watching the 5th episode with my roommate.
Oh, you what? Oh, just
popped in.
Gotcha.
And they were talking about CT, Antonio Brown. And Stone Cold Steve Austin. Maybe one of the, I don't remember. I don't know all of them.
He got banged up a lot, yeah.
Super tall, bald guy.
Yep.
He was basically, they were talking about CT on the episode. And they basically, all the WWE guys were like, yeah, I don't really believe in that. And then they brought in a scientist, and he was like, I looked at this guy's brain. He had CTE, and they just cut right back and forth. It was so funny.
Oh God,
Vince
really?
McMahon was like, yeah, CTE is like made up. We don't actually hit each other in the head. And then the next clip is them with the chairs, being like,
oh dude, yeah, they hit each other. But the guy's like 1,000,000,000,000%. This guy's.
He's like, I looked at the slides myself of his brain. He had terrible CTE, and it was the guy that killed his family.
There's a lot of those, bro. There's
the wrestler. He like strangled his wife, killed a 7-year-old, and hung himself.
Yeah.
And they looked at his brain. He was like, he 1,000% CTE. 100%. And then the next clip, it was like Stone Cold being like, CTE is made up by the Democrats. What? Yeah.
Yeah. That's literally it.
It's so
Bears.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Oh.
Awesome stuff.
Wrestling culture.
All right, do you want to do the 15-minute intro? Do you want to get into this game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to think of one on the spot again.
Okay. If you don't know how it works, I don't really care.
I don't care.
Figure it out.
Cool.
We'll figure it out. All right, I have one for you. Do you want to?
Yeah.
You ask me the questions first?
Sounds good.
All right, I have a year.
Okay. Who is the Super Bowl winner? See, these are always tough, and I found out last time because Super Bowl winner and years sometimes kind of change.
Okay, I'm going to say this, but don't be offended, because I know you took a lot of offense to this. The Redskins.
Okay.
Because of your heritage.
And we're going 1990 and on, right?
1980 and on.
1980 and on, that's right. Okay. They won, I think, 2.
I don't know.
I
kind of removed
Doug Williams.
them.
Doug Williams.
Nice.
It's been a big week for Doug Williams. He's been around Jaden Daniels a lot. Okay, that's exciting. Who won the NBA Finals? Give it to me.
I think I know it. Yeah, the Lakers.
Awesome.
You're Laker girls.
All right. I'm pretty sure I know it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I know it, but I'm gonna ask one more question.
Okay. What do you have? Do you have a guess so far?
I have a guess. Yeah.
I'll give away my facial expression if you want.
No, it's fine. What else can I ask that I think I know what happened this year?
What do you know about the 90s?
It's not the 90s. It could be the 90s. No, it's not. Because I think 99 was the Broncos. I think, because the Hogs in Washington. Mark Schlereth was on that team. Offensive lineman, I think. It was a good team. I think they beat the Bills. No, I think I know the year. What else can I ask? I wish I could ask pop culture questions. That would be fun. Like, what was the highest grossing movie? But I'll go with who did the Celtics take in the draft?
I'm not going to give you the first round pick.
What? Why? If it's a certain Maryland Terrapin, then I know what year. I just wanted to
know if we specifically even.
If we had it, did we not have a pick in the first round?
Let me look.
I wanted to change the question.
You want to change it?
No, I wanted to change up the question.
The UC Santa Barbara
Golden
Banana Slug.
Banana Slug, that's it.
Brian Shaw.
Okay, Brian Shaw.
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
Yep.
All right. That's maybe we took Len Bias in that year then, a year before what I'm thinking. All right, I have my guess.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
What do you got?
I could be wrong. I'm going 1987.
88.
Damn!
Damn! You were close.
Wow!
Yeah.
Oh, so close.
You were really close.
Bummer.
I think 87 was...
They also might have won it in 1987. But it could have been the Redskins.
Oh, I was thinking NBA. I think 87 was...
86 was...
Well, the Celtics, obviously. I think 87 was the Pistons. Or no, that was the 80...
No, 87 was the Lakers.
Oh.
Yeah, I was going to say 1988. I was going to say, yeah. Yeah. That's when they beat the Pistons that year. I'm going to see who won it in 1987. Super Bowl. I have my year, though, if you want to ask some questions.
Okay.
It was the Bills year, Bills-Giants year. Fuck.
Who won the Masters?
Let me look it up. Oh, this is... Ooh, I think I know who it is. Yeah, Phil.
We did this one before. Right. No, I asked you this question. You said Phil.
It was Phil, yeah.
Okay.
Worked out good for me. I was thinking of a couple angles with this year, and that didn't come up, but it's worked out good.
Okay.
Well,
who won? Who was the winner of? Who won NBA Finals MVP?
Kobe Bryant. Yeah.
Okay, so it's 2000.
That's a great question to ask.
It's 2010 or 2011, I think. Yeah, because 2009 was the Spurs. Or no, it's 2009 or 2010. Masters wise, 2009. I'm going with 2009 or 2010. Who? What do I know about those 2 years that could help me? Who won 2009, 2010?
Because Super Bowls, it's like it kind of blends together.
Yeah.
Super Bowls are always going to trip me up because I think of the season, but the actual game happened the year after, so it like just messes me up.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, the 2010 Super Bowl was.
I don't know.
Who won the Super Bowl?
The New Orleans Saints.
The Saints.
In the Super Bowl that happened in 2010, the Saints won.
So it's the 2009 season.
Yes. Well, yeah, right.
So it's 2009.
That's not like. I mean, the answer is not 2009. But I'm trying to think if I like.
You just told me the Super Bowl happened in 2010, so it
Yeah.
was the 2009 season.
The 2010 season, and it was the 2009 to 10 season. Yeah, but so that's what that question means. And your guess is 2009.
Wait, you told me.
Yes, the Super Bowl that happened in 2010, the New Orleans Saints won.
Okay, it happened in. Okay.
Yeah, I just gave away the answer, I think.
So it's 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my guess. I think
That just happened.
I don't know.
Did you just run circles around me?
I don't know. I think you might have just fumbled it.
I think so. You can have it.
I earned it.
Have it. Yeah.
I was gonna probably guess 2009, but
It was 2010.
2010. I'm on the board just like that.
Yeah, just like that on the board. I'm bummed that I was 1 year off and it was an 80s
We've done that all
question.
the time. Should we do like first to three? This feels like this is gonna take a while.
Yeah. 80s question, I was 1 year off.
We're just gonna run out of years.
I know.
And if one of us takes 10 minutes to look up a list of when things happened, we'll pretty much
Every year,
the game
every
will be
week,
over.
every week, I'm like, no.
The game will be over.
I can't do it.
All right,
Let's get into it.
let's talk about sports.
Welcome back.
Welcome back
in.
to our weekly segment with our college football insider Andrew GECSE, who's actually smiling for once.
He
That's so
is
unlike him.
glowing.
Yeah.
Glowing. Why are you so happy?
In a room without any lights, he's the true shining light.
He is the shining star.
What's up, man? How are you?
Great. How are you guys?
Good. How are things going with your girlfriend who goes to the University of Georgia?
Great. It was a good game. Good fun weekend.
Nice. I love that. Should we just talk about the environment? Should we just get right into the environment?
You were at the game. We're going to... Listen,
Yeah.
we know you have a lot of tape to break down and stuff. We don't want to dive super as deep as you want to dive. But
Wait, you guys want me to actually break down the tape?
No.
This is the opposite of what I'm
We're
saying.
We don't need the
all right,
tape
all right.
breakdown.
I was going to say.
We'll just fly
I was
high.
saying, you were at the game. How fucking awesome was it? And is Ryan Williams like the coolest 17-year-old of all time?
Well, funny story. He must have been like late for class or something today. Saw him sprinting across the quad. So
Hell yeah.
Okay, some people might say that at the University of Alabama, their football players don't really go to class.
Nope. They definitely do. I've had a class I didn't have the class, but I was the class after Jalen Milroe, and I saw him both times. Like,
Sick.
What class was
twice a week. It was Finance 302.
Oh,
Everybody in the business
Guy's a
school has
genius.
to take it. So
Business school.
All right.
This guy gets it. NIL, they're all business majors now instead of sports majors.
going to the environment though, I've seen some big games in Bryant-Denny, like Texas last year, Texas A&M after they beat us, LSU last year. Just a ton of good. That I've never seen anything like that. Never. It was insane from a perspective of us going from an all-time high to an all-time low, back to the all-time high, and then the last 2 minutes you're sitting there, edge of your seat, sitting there like, oh my God, are we gonna blow this? Go to OT, and then the interception,
Yeah.
I went numb.
Yeah, perfect night.
I know, it was
college
awesome.
football
One of
night.
my favorite things about this is such a crazy side note, I just thought of it, but my favorite things about the Georgia comeback, was that the Kansas State guy that shoved the burrito up his ass said that if Georgia comes back and pulls off the upset, I'll reveal my face.
Oh my God.
And so imagine...
Oh my God, I did see that.
Imagine sitting there in the
sick.
game. It was tied, right?
Yeah, right? Or was it
Oh,
tied?
Georgia was winning.
They're
That's
up
right,
one.
that's right,
Imagine
yeah.
sitting there like that after their... Oh my God.
Just like, dude, what a couple weeks.
But that's
for that
crazy.
guy.
So Alabama blew the doors off them in the first half. It seemed like
Such a
Georgia
great
wasn't
first
even
half.
in the SEC.
Yep.
And then the second half, the opposite, where it was like Bama couldn't really get much going, and then Ryan Williams figured out that he's Ryan Williams and just saved the day.
Yeah, so about the second half, the thing that's kind of getting tossed around is that Alabama kind of played conservative and let up the gas. Not true. Not true. We just didn't execute. Like, Sheridan, the offensive coordinator, had designed winners all over the place. I had 4, let's say 3, like, guaranteed, like, oh, that should have been a touchdown. And one of them was that acrobatic catch that Ryan Williams made, where it got tipped up.
Yeah, that was
he got
crazy
behind
too.
it. He got behind an All-American safety when he was playing quarters, so everybody takes a quarter deep. You can't. That's the one thing in quarters you cannot do is get beat. And somehow Ryan Williams, a 17-year-old freshman, got behind one of the best safeties in America, the best safety in the draft.
Yep.
If Milroe leads them, it's 6. And then there was you remember the touchdown that Jeremy Bernard scored? They ran like the same play with Jay Miller, but this time Milroe kept it. That should have been a touchdown.
Yep.
Then there was like the route's called a deep over. Most like football people call it a dover. There was a dover to Cole Adams. If Milroe leads him, I get there was pressure in his face, but if he leads him, he had nothing but green grass in front of him. Probably would have been a touchdown. But yeah, like, what a game. I mean, for it to be the first SEC game without Nick Saban, or I should say the first SEC game of the DeBoer era, to go against, the so-called standards of college football in Georgia, and to come out like that, and come out swinging and beat the shit out of them for, a pretty proportion of the game. And then to be like, oh my God, here comes Georgia. Like, is Kalen DeBoer the guy? Like, what is this? Can he finish? This is the SEC. I know, like, in the Pac-12, like, they're in shootouts all the time. Like, you got to put your foot on the gas and stomp on their throats, finish them. And then because, like, the big question coming in for the offense was, like, will they be able to sustain drives, which they did all game. And then that, Georgia made adjustments. And then to have that one play touchdown to Ryan Williams.
That was first
just
play.
To be like,
only play. That's just on that play, like, one of my favorite things in sports, watching sports, is when, like, the camera shakes because of the crowd going crazy, and, like, that's what happened on the Ryan Williams play, and I was just like, oh my God, it was so sick.
The thing with that, like, Alabama gets a ton of shit about, like, it holds 100,000, but it's not very loud there sometimes because it's super wide open.
Yeah.
To have Herb Street call it the best environment in college football right now, and Josh Pate, says a lot about the fans, and, like, I have never heard it that loud. Never.
Yeah.
Like,
So sick.
I think our decibel record right now was 114. I would love to know, like, what it was for the interception and the touchdown, because there's no way it's not 120.
Yeah.
Like, it
was crazy.
It was insane. And the crowd definitely had a factor, because, like, Georgia's offense wasn't able to motion a whole ton. And the first interception that Beck threw, the Damani Jackson.
Yep.
Where it just kind of looks like he threw it right to him.
Yep.
That was supposed to be a screenplay to Arian Smith. Arian Smith couldn't get the audible in, so he just ran his normal route. Like, they shifted to that, but because it was so loud, like,
there you go.
Interception.
There you go.
I have a question for you as a fan. Are you? I think I know the answer, but are you just getting, like, hammered as many beers as possible, just getting lit with the crowd, like, yelling? Or are you, like, analyzing the play, seeing where the corners are, trying to break?
It's a great question. It's a great question.
So, great question. So, before I went into the game,
Great question.
we went to the quad, had a few beers there,
What?
and then in line waiting for the game, like, because you had to. It was like going through TSA because the president was there, former president.
Right.
So that was crazy. Like, I waited in line for probably an hour to get into the game, and I showed up to the gates 2 hours early. So I had few more beers in line. What? And then once I got into the stadium, they're like 10:49 for a tall boy in there.
Oh, that's not.
So
It's not bad. I've heard.
I had a few of those.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-game, and then, like, you're sitting there, and you're like, do I go get another $10 beer?
Right.
Probably not, because it's so expensive. But then it's like, if we lose, I'm gonna be getting,
Right, and if you win,
Dude, they're 20 at Fenway.
But I would say, by, like, the second touchdown, I was fully back into, like, we gotta go.
Right.
Yeah, like,
Right.
Okay, so you are sitting down, like, breaking down.
Yeah.
Maybe are you playing, like? What's the level of the team where you're, like, just getting hammered, enjoying the environment, versus, like, trying to lock in with the team?
Better or worse than Kentucky?
Kentucky's good.
I know.
That's a tough one.
So I was usually like last year, like try to get as hammered as much before the game, just because it's so expensive, and then you kind of sober up during the game because it's so hot,
right?
And like you're only drinking water, and you don't want to pay $10 for another beer. But USF, 2 weeks ago,
yeah, that was another.
We drank before the game, and then we snuck in flasks of vodka. And when it was 16-14, I was like, "Oh man."
Right. right. Oh no. What are they gonna do?
And then, so Saturday it was just so hard because you didn't want to leave your seat to lose it.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many people. So I got 2 before then, and then probably by like honestly by kickoff I was pretty much like stone cold sober. It kind of sucked, but
it's the line.
I would say. When we play Mizzou, I'd probably be pretty hammered.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Good
so
enough.
Mizzou's just a walkover then.
Good to know.
No,
You just trust the coaches in that.
Mizzou's an automatic over though, which is going to be fun.
Why? What makes you say that?
Dude, well,
You don't think we could stop Burden?
no, I'm saying you guys will score a lot on their defense, and I think Brady Cook and Luther Burden are good for at least like 2 or 3 touchdowns on any team.
True.
I don't know. Demonte Jackson's been locked down.
All right, fine.
Yes.
I was just trying to.
Before we keep going, can you move your camera a little bit so you have more space below your head? Perfect. Amazing. Back to the actual game. There was a point where I sort of noticed, but it was also a bit of like, memories coming back. There's just, when you're like a really dominant offensive college football team, and you're like the antithesis of what you say, like the old, the average white wins in college football. True. But when you have that dynamic guy back there, like, there's been a couple of cases in history you think about, like the Auburn Cam Newtons, the like Lamar Jacksons, like even like Tebow-ish, Mariota with Oregon. It's like, dude, that is just such a more electric viewing experience. It's so much fun. Like getting like when you just see Milroe and it's like one of those designed runs. It's like, oh, dude, I am pumped for whatever I'm about to watch. And you don't really get that in the NFL as much unless it's like Lamar Jackson. But like you get it, a little more common in college football, and just you guys appear to have that, and it's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah, we appear to have that, and I don't know if you watched him throw the ball Saturday night. Like, where did that come from?
No, I know. And
that was the whole thing. That wheel route.
He was 27 of 33 for 375.
And it wasn't just checkdowns. Yeah, those were legit.
Like, you know who that sounds like?
Michael
Daniels. Penix last year.
Yeah, yes.
But I'm not saying Jalen Milroe is Michael Penix either, though.
Well,
let me get ahead of that one.
I know, but the thing is, people are like, oh, well, like, there's a bit of this hype with Milroe. It's like this guy wasn't even, an NFL prospect last year. All of a sudden he's some guy. And to that, I'm like, you look at college guys, like look at Jaden Daniels his first year at Arizona State, or even his second or third year at Arizona State compared to what he was at LSU last year. Like, in college, guys can take these jumps, and that just kind of happens, So it's like, maybe Milroe has improved a lot, and that is kind of legit.
Dude, he's got 18 touchdowns and 1 pick.
Like, yeah, that's...
Like, what?
So, DeBoer...
I think at this point last year, he had, like, the same amount of touchdowns as turnovers.
Yeah.
It's like...
Kalen DeBoer...
And that was the best defense he's going to play all year.
That's another thing.
That was
like,
it.
This is Georgia. Yeah, it's Georgia. I've never heard, like, you sent... I watched Kirby Smart's interview, and...
Oh, my God.
What you sent... I've never seen him talk like that ever. Like, and it's nuts. Even when he's lost big games before, but I've never seen him talk like that. That was crazy.
You want to know why? Because for 8 quarters now, they haven't been able to figure this guy out.
Yeah,
they can't figure him out. They've tossed everything at him. They played their 4-2-5 mint, but they played. I think on the first drive they played cover 3, cover 4, and cover 1. In the first drive.
Switched it up. Yeah.
Like, they've tried everything. Pressure. Like, I think at halftime he said, we've tried to pressure them. They put 30 points on us in the first half.
Yep.
So we backed off them a little bit. They actually switched into 3-3-5 and kind of had 2, like, call it wing players to make it simpler for you guys.
Thank you.
Just that way he couldn't get to the edge, but he still got to the edge. Because, like, that was their plan, was like, hey, we got to pressure this guy and make him beat us with his arm.
Right.
And then in his postgame, he was like, that was the plan. We were going to try to pressure him, make him beat us with his arm. But then he just ran around us.
Right. And you can't put 2 guys on Ryan Williams, because then that leaves a guy for him to run. You can't double Ryan Williams, because if you play man versus Alabama
and as soon as a corner or safety turns his head away from Jalen Milroe, he's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's insane. That 4th and 1 touchdown where it was they call it a QB read, but it really was just a straight line. Like, it was, all right, I'm better than you, Malachi Starks. Stiff arm to your face, eat the turf, 36 yards to the house.
Yeah.
It was insane.
He was so fast.
I also did not see that coming. Malachi Starks played the worst game of his life. 7 missed tackles.
Yeah. I think he had one good play, and I was like, all right, that's Malachi Starks. And then that's the one time I said his name for the rest of the game.
Yeah, dude, the white safety they had played way better.
Yeah.
17?
Yeah.
I thought they were going to go at him all night, but he played the game of his life.
Yep. One more thing from Bama. Kalen DeBoer, I wrote it down, but it's over there. I think he's 108-12 as a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
That is
and I think,
utterly insane.
I think it's either 9 or 10-0 versus Steve Sarkisian, Kirby Smart, Dan Lanning, and Lincoln Riley. Ever heard of that?
And yet, and maybe today, not as much, he still feels underrated to me. Like, even me, I'm going in and it's like, all right, look, George has really got, like, the pressure. Like, Kirby Smart's the guy here. Like, I would not be shocked if, Georgia wins a bit of a fist fight. I'm not even going to put that on DeBoer. It's like his first game. Yet he goes and beats him, like, relatively convincingly. And, like, and then you look at his record, and it's like, I mean, is this guy one of the best, if not the best coach in college football? Like, it's insane.
Yeah, I mean, the on-field stuff speaks for itself because what he did at Washington.
Right. And
now you see what he does with Courtney Morgan on the recruiting trail, having the number 2 class and the number 1 class in the SEC right now.
Yeah. Klatt went on Cowherd, and Cowherd immediately, sometimes he gets caught doing this, is like, I don't think I think he's a better play designer. He's not quite the recruiter that Saban was. And Klatt immediately goes, well, they have the number 2 class next year, and they have the highest average player in terms of stars out of anyone. So I don't know, like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, I think we have the most 5 stars. Yeah. I think Ohio State has, like, maybe 2 more 4 stars than
he
us.
appears to be able to recruit the South.
We're going to get a whole bunch more recruits because we hosted over 100 of them on Saturday, and they saw the best atmosphere in college football.
Yeah, what a move that is.
You took down the boogeyman of college football. Nobody's beat this guy unless you're Alabama in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So, like, that Saturday night was the craziest sporting event I think I'll ever go to in my life.
Yeah, totally. One more Ryan Williams thing for me. He, just the way, like, he looked, like, he's not Julio Jones.
Be careful.
Okay,
You're talking about a 17-year-old's looks.
True. He's not Julio Jones. I don't even think he's, Devontae Smith. In the way, like...
Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, but Jerry Jeudy seems bigger. Like, Ryan Williams doesn't look... I don't know what he is. Is he 6'1", 6'2"? Like, he doesn't even look that big. Yet his, like, ball and field awareness is absurd.
Oh, like the body control
it's absurd.
Is unbelievable.
He's not even like, he doesn't look like that crazy fast. He's not like 6'6", but I'm just like, oh my god, like there's something like
guys.
it's nuts.
Like, who else was like, oh, it doesn't look crazy fast, but he plays fast. That's Devontae Smith.
Yeah, no, true. Like, Devontae Smith was so slight that he looked like he was just kind of slippery, but he did have the speed aspect is absolutely the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think DeBoer is so good offensively with his concepts and just his ability to manipulate the box, and like get guys open. Like it was unbelievable. It was Nick Sheridan's Mona Lisa the other night too.
Yeah.
My God, did that guy have Kirby Smart and Glenn Schumann in hell?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was.
There's something to be said about
the first 4 drives.
Yeah, it's insane. There's something to be said about the way, and this has been kind of talked about, but like. Alabama could have just totally, and I don't know who it was off the top of my head. I don't know if he's still there. Forgive me. You'll know. But Alabama could have just easily just promoted whoever the DC was last year to be head coach, right? And that's basically what like.
Oh, OC. It would have been the OC. It would have been the OC.
It would have been Reese.
It would have been Tommy Reese.
Right, but like
Kevin Steele retired before Nick Saban did.
Gotcha. Right, but like the Patriots model of like we're just gonna keep it in house, like keep doing our thing, and they were just like. Who's the best guy on the market right now?
Let's just go get him.
Who's the best young guy on the market? Let's just go get him. It's going to be a complete culture shift.
Everybody, including myself, was like, "Oh, it's got to be Dan Lanning or Lane Kiffin,"
because that's like it's the roots there, the SEC roots at least. And it's like, nope, we don't even care. And again, for Alabama, it's like they're kind of the Patriots of the college football landscape we've seen. It's like there's this institution, you know what I mean? And they're just like, no, we don't care. We're just going to pivot.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. To go off that because everybody and their mom wanted Dan Lanning.
Yeah.
And then you go out and hire the guy that's 3-0 versus him.
Right. Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
And I don't know if I texted you guys that, but it was like Kirby said something. He got asked a question like earlier in the week, like, "Oh, have you reached out to Dan Lanning to talk? Like, oh, what have you seen from this guy?" He's like, "No, he hasn't had any success versus him."
Yeah. No. Yeah. You did send us.
So
yeah, it's nuts.
And that trend continues because I think DeBoer was averaging like 36 points a game versus Oregon, and he just hung 600 yards of offense and 41 on Kirby.
It's nuts.
That's crazy.
So nuts.
And like the big thing with DeBoer, he's like very even keel, like super. Did you see when they missed that PI?
I loved it. Yeah, dude, he was going nuts. He was ripping that ref.
I think I've texted you guys maybe once a week. Like, I think this guy's a silent psycho.
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah,
you have been.
He's a sicko.
Yeah.
He is a lot of people were like, "Oh, I don't know how much he loves coaching football."
Yeah, that's always the best.
That guy's he is a psycho.
Yeah,
just you don't see it like unless it's game day.
Yeah, for real.
That's awesome.
All right, well, we just did 20 minutes on the Georgia Bama game, which honestly that feels.
Oh no, I mean that was the best college football game, and I probably have watched
since 2019 Alabama LSU.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I love the SEC championship game. I thought that was a great game a couple years ago, but yes.
The biggest loser in all of this, CBS.
Dude, totally. I mean, imagine the Ryan Williams call
14 million viewers.
Yeah, ESPN with the old SEC soundtrack now. Yeah,
Oh,
I miss.
God.
It's weird hearing those guys call a game in Los Angeles. That's strange.
Yeah, and I was looking at like some of the schedules coming up. Like the SEC games are sick, and the Big Ten games absolutely stink.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna get a week where you have, I believe it's Alabama, Tennessee, and Georgia, Texas is the same week.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's
is that the
October
12th or whatever it is?
17th or 12th.
Yeah, because it's not this weekend.
And instead, you're gonna have Gary Danielson and Brad Nessler on like Michigan, Purdue.
Yeah,
like that sucks.
That sucks.
Instead of getting that game,
I missed the touchdown Alabama.
That's the Ohio State Oregon game though, right?
No, 2 different weekends.
Oh. Yeah, no. It seems like right now the SEC is just because everything else is kind of up
better than everybody else per usual.
I know, but like
SEC
even right now, it's like you have the 4 conferences. The Big 12, there's really no one that
stinks.
I know, stinks.
Bummer.
The ACC is awful.
Clemson, you're Clemson Tigers. You're Clemson Tigers, dude. I've been in because I'm like, well, whatever take you have, I have to co-sign, obviously, and I've been loving the Tigers, and I've been loving you. I've been loving you. What? I've been loving seeing you proven right on the Tigers like every week has been awesome.
Well, first off, going off week 1, you got to go play in Georgia versus Georgia with a whole offseason to prepare for you. And they have just come off, because they played Florida State, but they had just come off a loss in that building where they hadn't lost in 3 years or whatever it was. Taylor made to fail,
right? And there wasn't even that bad of a failure, by the way. That week 1,
it was like what?
It was like 6 right,
6-3, 6-0,
something like that. Yeah.
But their offense has turned into a buzzsaw. Yep. Like I don't know did they even play Miami in the regular season?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think Miami kind of was a cakewalk the rest of the year.
But they didn't look good versus Virginia Tech.
No, don't tell Quinn that. He lost a lot of money on that game.
I did lose a lot. No, not a lot.
Not a lot. You take Miami.
Money.
I took Miami to win by like 18, I think. Yeah. And they should have.
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize until I think actually yesterday I was looking at that. That game was in Miami.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And they should have lost outright 2 different ways.
That's another example of college football being awesome. Was that game?
Yeah, that was a good game too. That was a really fun game. All right.
Well, Miami having a home game, it's basically a neutral site because it's like 30 minutes away from their campus.
Yeah, the Dolphin Stadium.
Yeah. Plus that was middle of all the hurricane shit.
Yeah,
that was
true.
Whatever.
True.
Yeah. This is tough.
All right. Do you want to do a little updated playoff going into week 6?
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the playoffs.
Please.
Right now, I think there's 4 teams that could win the national championship, maybe 5, if you want to throw Tennessee in there. Mm-hmm. And it's Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, and Texas.
Yep.
Other than that, Oregon's been disappointing in my eyes. I don't think they've looked great. They've kind of found their stride, but
they haven't had a win where I'm like, oh, they're back. They're Oregon. It's just been like, okay.
No, it's been slow.
Yeah.
given Dylan Gabriel's balling out. He has like an 80% completion percentage.
Yeah, but a lot of those are a lot of those are nothing crazy. But yes.
But Miami, nope. I don't think they can win it all. Clemson, maybe. Like, there's just a lot of meh. Like, Mizzou's not good. They're not. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they might lose this weekend to A&M. I hope they don't, because then we'll get another top 10 matchup in Bryant-Denny Stadium in a couple weeks.
Right.
But I would say those four, and then maybe Tennessee.
Yeah. Which that means
Tennessee's got to go. What?
Well, that means that one of them probably wouldn't have a home game in the first round.
Nope.
Which that would be fun.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Well, no. In the first round, like, I think it would be. If you go off the AP poll right now, Alabama would be 1, so that's a bye.
Yep.
And then you'd have Texas, who would be the 5 probably. Yeah. Let's say that.
Right. True.
So they'll have a home game, and then I don't see Georgia dropping. They're not like Ole Miss stinks. No, they don't stink, but they stink.
Did the Ole Miss thing?
Yeah. Ole Miss losing to Kentucky at home is bad.
Yep.
Tennessee has to go play at Georgia. They're gonna play versus Bama. So they'll drop one of those, maybe two.
But Georgia has a tough schedule. They got to play.
Oh, Tennessee.
Yeah, but listen,
they got to play Tennessee and Ole Miss and Texas.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, yep, it's tough.
Damn.
But here's the thing. There's one guy who has figured out Josh Heupel's offense, and it's Kirby Smart and Glenn Schumann, or 2 guys. they just don't score. They don't score versus them.
Yeah.
They scored 7. And that game's in Athens.
Yeah, that game might be a wrap. Or it could be the Nico game.
A lot of the shit that you can't do because they go so fast and it's so loud in there, you can't motion, you can't do that. You got to go on silent count sometimes. So I think Tennessee loses that one. I'm not going to talk about them when they have to play Alabama. I'll have to watch the tape before I do a judgment on that.
Right.
And then for Georgia, Texas.
Gonna be fun.
It's going to be fun. Like, is Ewers going to be available? I think he should be. But Texas's back end is not good.
Interesting.
Like, they were for 2.5 quarters, they were in a dogfight with Mississippi State, who might be the worst team in the SEC.
Yeah.
So,
they're the number 1 team on the AG poll.
Yeah, that seems a little.
Yeah, I don't.
He's like, I don't do it. I just report it.
The computer.
Yeah,
I would actually.
Yeah, but if Tennessee loses to Bama and Georgia, how are they going to have a home game in the playoff?
Quinn, you bring up a good point. I'm going to move Ohio State to 1, put Texas at 2, and Alabama at 3. Good point.
Great. Thank you for that.
Good putt. Wait, say that again?
Ohio State's 1, Texas 2, Alabama 3.
You can't have 2. The top 4 teams are all the division winners.
This is just his poll.
I know, but I'm just saying the AG poll this week.
Yeah, the AG poll.
Okay.
Poll. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Moving it on the fly.
Poll. Yeah.
All right.
We want to talk. You still got more playoff stuff?
No, I think the national championship will be one of those 5 teams.
Who do you think is going to make it? That's the non-Power 4 school, and why is it Boise State and Ashton Jeanty should maybe win Heisman?
Well, here's the thing. Have you guys watched UNLV play?
Yeah, well, I haven't watched them play, but I know their quarterback and running back were like, fuck this, and the dude came in, I forget his name, like Raj or something?
Yeah, something like that. But have you seen their offense, awesome. What they line up in?
No.
Dude, it's like if you had design the plays. It's crazy.
Okay.
Look up UNLV's offense. It is so cool. It would just be so fun to watch some team have to game plan for that. Same thing, like if Army or Navy made it, because Army and Navy could be undefeated when they play each other.
I know.
Like
the Army-Navy game might have playoff implications.
Army-Navy game to make the playoff.
But could you imagine, like, say Texas is 5, like having to prepare for the triple option a whole week, and then having to go play at a neutral site versus like Georgia? Yeah. Like that would be the biggest mind fuck.
That would be so
sweet.
Fun.
That's what. Like, people complain about, like, oh, games won't matter in the regular season with the 12-team playoff. Did you see Saturday night?
Yeah, games matter. Games matter.
You don't think that game mattered to everybody in that stadium? Everybody on the field? The coaches? Like, oh, my God.
No, it mattered. It mattered.
It was sweet.
Talk about Heisman?
Yeah.
And why is it going to be Travis Hunter?
Well, he's the best.
I mean, it could be. What did I say before the season? If he has 1,000 yards and, like, 6 picks?
He's well on his way to that number.
He's well on pace for that. He can't get hurt. That's the thing. As soon as he misses a game, he's done.
Yep.
like right now, if I were to bet, I bet the kid from Boise State. Like
really, he's plus 900.
Say they make the playoffs. If they make the playoffs and he has whatever amount of yards he's gonna have,
230.
Oh,
dude,
But then there's the other thing of like, all right, Jalen Milroe took down Georgia, takes down Tennessee, takes down at Oklahoma, beats Mizzou, like, and we keep doing it handily.
Yeah,
like he's gonna put up a stupid amount of numbers.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to discount Milroe.
It's crazy. But then the same thing can be said about Carson Beck still. Like if he goes through that gauntlet and lights it up,
I
might
be all the way out on him.
Ashton Jeanty through 4 games, 82 carries, 845 yards, 13 touchdowns. He's averaging over 10 yards a carry, and he sat out the second half of the Portland State game.
Yep. I was just about to say that. It's wild. And he doesn't have like a ridiculous amount of carries either. That's like
it's 82 carries.
Dude, 82 carries, 850 yards.
That's like 20 carries a game.
It's disgusting.
That's so nuts. He's awesome.
No, he's good.
I'm
surprised. Is he young? Is he like a sophomore?
I saw someone, I think
if so, he's getting poached.
Someone tweeted out and was like like an NFL running back was like, he's a top 5 NFL running back right now. He's just in college.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. He's 20. So he's probably a sophomore or junior.
15% of his
So if he has another year of eligibility,
welcome to Ohio State.
Somebody's gonna
Ohio State.
Somebody's gonna give him a
welcome to the Buckeyes, Ashton Jeanty.
Will Howard sucks, by the way, too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm out on that team.
Guy stinks.
Hey, Colorado might have a path to the playoff. What do you say about that?
No, they don't.
Well, they're a good team. You admittedly didn't watch the UCF game out of personal bias, and they looked by far the best they have looked in the Sanders era.
Yeah. UCF.
Yeah, I mean,
they're
a school. They have a school with wins. They're not Colorado State. They're better than Colorado State.
That wasn't in the Power 5 last year.
Okay. Details.
Again, this is all.
I mean,
you're saying
they had a miracle, absolute miracle win versus Baylor. Like
and he let them have it in practice, and then they went and won by like 20 against UCF on the road.
You want to go through the rest of Colorado's schedule?
Path to the playoff.
All right, home versus Colorado State, loss.
I thought that already happened.
They already played Colorado State.
Did you start at the beginning of the year?
No. I meant to say Kansas State.
Okay, I was like, what? Home versus Kansas State. That's gonna be a good game.
Forgive.
What makes you say that?
Because of how they looked last week. I think they got the boys fired up on that offensive line.
Look, Kansas State just beat whoever they played by like 30.
That might have been Oklahoma State. Yeah, I think it was Oklahoma State.
Yeah,
gonna be a good game.
That's a loss.
Home or no? At Arizona, who just beat.
Oh yeah,
that's a loss. That is a loss.
Who they upset?
Utah. Ted McMillan is going to expose Travis Hunter.
Patriot.
Okay, he's calling it early.
Okay.
All right, so 2 losses. Home
loss.
Home versus Cincinnati, the Bearcats.
That's a win.
Okay. At Texas Tech.
Win.
That's a maybe.
Okay, so we're 1-2-1.
Cool.
Home versus Utah,
Loss.
Okay. At Kansas, that's a win.
Yeah, it's probably a win.
Okay, and home versus Oklahoma State to close out the year.
That's a loss.
The rivalry game.
3-2-1. Probably not a path to the playoff, but bowl game.
Yeah, I said that. I said bowl game is a win for them this year.
He did say that.
He did say that.
For word.
Alleged.
They're never going to be that good.
We'll see. Hey,
I don't think anyone that really was like deep into college football thought they were going to be a playoff team. I think it was just that.
Someone said I didn't know their schedule, and someone like real said that there's like sneaky a path to the playoff for them. I didn't know they played like 3. I thought they had like a cakewalk schedule the rest of the way. That is a really hard schedule.
Oh no,
I don't know. Kansas State looks good. Oklahoma State may suck.
Yeah, that might stink.
Oklahoma State may suck.
Also, BYU. Like
I was just gonna say, is BYU gonna win the Big 12?
I mean, they look good.
How about what's that team? That's not Nebraska, but they're red. Indiana. What's going on there?
Oh my God, Kurt Cignetti?
Signetti. Google me. I win.
You know where he started his career coaching?
Alabama under Nick Saban.
Yeah, he was the wide receivers coach.
Yep. Pretty sweet. Sweet.
I don't think he's going to be there that long, if I'm being honest with you.
Oh, yeah. He'll go somewhere else. Auburn, maybe?
Could be the next Florida guy.
Auburn? Oh, Florida, yeah.
Yeah, I said that earlier, yesterday. Not to you guys, but like, there's a good chance that like 4 major programs get open up: Florida, Auburn, LSU if Brian Kelly keeps sucking,
Damn,
and Ohio State if
wow.
Ryan Day poops down his leg.
Yeah, yeah. I have a
Sounds
TikTok.
like a pay raise for
I have a
some
TikTok question for you. Which true freshman is having the best year? I mean, like it's.
See, this is weird.
Yeah.
This is very weird because I said this the other day too to my buddies. In all of this Ryan Williams stuff, Jeremiah Smith's getting screwed.
He's
because he has been unbelievable.
He's nasty, dude. And his stats are like Ryan Williams is like I think slightly more yards, but I think they have the same amount of touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say Jeremiah Smith is better than Ryan Williams right now.
There's also the Raiola conversation, who has been brilliant.
You didn't even bring up Dylan Stewart, the DN for South Carolina. That guy's a freak.
He's a freak.
Seen that guy?
Number 6, right? He's a freak.
5. I think 5.
Yeah, freak.
Yeah. He looks like the best D end in the SEC. I think he'd be a probably a top 10 pick right now.
Someone said he'd be like a top 5 pick in the draft this year, and he's a freak.
Yeah. So I would probably say him.
Just make guys look jacked.
I know. You say him, Dylan Stewart?
Yeah, probably him.
Yeah, he's gonna be a problem.
He looks unbelievable.
South Carolina's
Xavier Brown.
Xavier
Brown looks good.
Yeah, the Dylan Stewart talk. The South Carolina's got some weird like why aren't I feel like they should be poised to be like a good program. Maybe it's just because the SEC's a gauntlet.
I think their coach is a dweeb.
Yeah, I think they need to hire Signetti. Go throw a bag at Signetti.
That's not a bad call.
South Carolina athletic director.
Shane Beamer's just a doofus.
Yeah, he's been around for a while too, hasn't he?
Like, there's no nice guy that's ever won a national championship. You know what I mean? Like, nice guys don't.
Besides Urban Meyer, you been watching the Hernandez doc?
No, I didn't even know it was out.
Yeah, not a doc, a show.
Yeah,
it's like clipped.
Yeah, see,
apparently Urban Meyer is like a evil villain, hilariously written. Yeah,
this is gonna sound super douchey. During football season, I really don't watch TV. I kind of just watch film.
You douchebag. How dare you?
What are you, a fucking D-bag?
No, that's fair.
That was my thing.
I've been barely scraping by trying to get I watched The Penguin in 4 separate sittings this week. So I'm on the same page. Yeah, just 2 episodes so far.
That's actually so true, because I've been watching The Sopranos all summer, and I have like 6 episodes left, and I haven't watched one in 2 weeks.
Just chipping away whenever I can. So yes,
I know. Actually, I did watch a couple episodes of Dexter. Like, that was it.
Talking about that the other day. Yeah.
I want to watch that thing about the Melendez brothers, Monsters.
I've heard not great things because it's very unfaithful to what actually happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What about the Shane McMahon doc?
Vince McMahon. I know.
Who's Shane McMahon?
His son. Produced by Bill Simmons. I mean, they talk about the storyline that he tried to implore where he gets his daughter pregnant, and that was pretty nuts. Yeah. He was like, I tried to do that storyline, but it didn't really take. So he's like, it was the character, Mr. McMahon. And
I have one quick question. What's like a sleeper team you think could sneak in the playoffs? Is Clemson sleeper enough, or is that? I mean, they could just win.
No, because they're going to win the ACC and get a bye.
Right.
Playoffs, not national championship. Playoffs.
Yeah, just like who could maybe sneak in as an 11, 10 seed? Like BYU.
Yeah, I mean, if they could definitely win the Big 12.
That's the thing. So I feel like a couple teams can win the Big 12.
Maybe Indiana. I think they have like a 30% chance to make the playoffs right now. I think they have a very weak schedule, but
that's crazy.
That's fun.
They're not going to be able to beat Ohio State, Oregon, or I bet you they could beat Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan can't throw the ball.
Is it Michigan Ohio
the most
State
overranked team in the country.
Yeah,
them being top 10 is a load of shit.
Yeah, they stink.
They suck.
They're the worst.
USC sucks.
I've watched
it's just a lot of sucking.
I don't know if they suck. I've watched, for some reason, randomly watched like a bunch of Michigan games this year, and every single one I'm like, what? This team is.
Well, they're usually the big noon kickoff.
Yeah.
Right? The primetime 2:30 SEC used to be.
Right. Yeah, on CBS, which is strange.
But yeah,
I'm looking at the odds right now to make the playoff, and in the 9th spot, odds-wise, plus 100 is Notre Dame. So there you go. That's crazy.
Really?
Yeah. Better than Ole Miss, Mizzou, Clemson.
Yeah, I mean, Mizzou and Ole Miss have 2 tough games, and if Mizzou doesn't beat one of Alabama or Oklahoma, they're not in, or A&M.
Notre Dame's gonna sneak in.
I kind of really need Mizzou to make the playoff.
So
dude, they just don't look good. They don't look good.
It's called warming up.
Luther Burden hasn't got the ball.
I know.
Like, I don't know what their quarterback sucks.
We're gonna, we're gonna get him in the second round. The Pats probably at this rate.
Oh, you're a Brady Cook believer?
No, not really. No.
Well, I'm just Brady.
True. Technically,
yeah. I mean, they were in a dogfight with BC at home. So it's like BC almost just lost to Western Kentucky.
They had their backup quarterback in. No Tommy
BC
C.
is a good squad.
Good program. No Tommy Castellanos. What were they supposed to do?
That was the Western Kentucky game.
Yeah.
You're Boston College playing Western Kentucky.
Yes, that's what I mean. And there's no Tommy C against Western Kentucky.
That was the red bandana game. No,
that was 2 weeks ago against Michigan State, and they dog walked them. Bill O'Brien and the boys. I actually love what's going on up there in BC. I think it's.
Did you watch Edelman's podcast with Billy O this week?
I was very familiar with it. Yes.
Dude, it was sweet.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Talking about Alabama.
Stories were great. Yeah. No, it was cool. It was a good pod. They just. I think it's out. The one with Scott Pioli, really good.
Yeah, I was just watching the TikToks.
Really good.
But yeah, I watched the Bill O'Brien one. I wish Bill O'Brien was just like, that defense we played, we're averaging 6 points a game. We were 6-point dogs, and we beat the fucking shit out of them.
Yeah.
He's like, they were good.
Yeah. 4 balls.
And did you hear him, though? He was like, our best 2 wide receivers went out. Definitely had a outcome on the game.
Yeah, I mean, Jameson Williams and John Mechie.
Couldn't cover him.
I need the Patriots to trade for John Mechie. I am a John Mechie believer, and I think
he's
just
good.
I don't know if he's been bad. He's just in the most crowded wide receiver room in the NFL.
He's probably the most underrated Alabama wide receiver ever.
Good take. Good take.
I got
kind of a weak slate this week.
Yeah, everyone's saying this is apple picking weekend.
I don't know.
Apple picking weekend. They're saying.
Here's the thing.
I can get excited.
I will not complain about ever having a weak slate because in January and February, you're going to wish you watched a random USF versus FAU game.
Now Alabama is so fun to watch.
Syracuse at UNLV. It's a good game.
Now
exactly.
That's a good game.
Boom. That is,
Mizzou
right
at
there,
A&M.
UNLV.
Yeah, the Mizzou game will be interesting.
Western Michigan at Ball State. That's a good game.
Yeah, I can't stand when people are like, we were playing. Alabama fans were like, we're playing Western Kentucky. Don't come then.
Don't sleep on the Hilltoppers.
I mean, Auburn's playing Georgia this week.
Yeah, true.
I know. They might lose by 105, but I'm going to watch.
Rutgers, Nebraska.
Rutgers got a good squad this year.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Really good squad. Chiano.
I bet them over 6 wins.
Yeah. College football.
Undefeated?
College football 100% better than the NFL.
I'm so
it's not even close.
Especially when the Pats
How can you watch Saturday night and be like, I can't wait to watch NFL football on Sunday.
I don't know, dude. That Monday Night Football from 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, Monday Night Football was good, and then this week it's cool. Titans and Dolphins. They should.
Well, the Lions game was awesome.
The Lions game was awesome.
Yeah. What was the Sunday night game this week?
Baltimore,
Bills, Ravens.
which was fun. It's fun when a good team is a blowout. But
it's tough having a standalone game like that everyone cares so much about because if one team goes up a bit, then it's just impossible to be into it.
I have a take based on this where it's I really think that if you're maybe a lower end NFL franchise like a Jaguars or maybe it's a Commanders because they're good this year for the first time in a while, I think you should really think about adding a live band to your crowd. And just be the first NFL team to do it.
You should. There should be some way to mix it up.
It would be so cool. Hearing
it's
even
actually funny.
The Bama band is always so sick. Hearing
it's funny you say that because I was the first seat. I was on the end and I was right next to the band, and they were coming. They were coming back up from halftime after they performed, and I started yelling at them "We need you here! Second half is ours. They were locked in.
Let's go. It's so cool. It's such a cool environment.
I know. Imagine so to start the fourth quarter, they do this thing where they run up and down the bleachers playing the Green Day Basket Case.
Yep.
And they finished up and one of them just looks at me and goes, "Yeah!"
That's awesome.
No, they do need something like that in the NFL.
Right? Imagine
run out the live mascot.
Yes.
Dude, do you imagine if NFL teams had fight songs?
That's what I mean.
Sweet.
It's all the Commanders are so lame. All of a sudden they have Jaden Daniels. Yeah, right. All of a sudden they have Jaden Daniels and that band that plays. Oh my god.
Dude, the closest thing to that is Pittsburgh playing Renegade.
Yeah.
But they don't even do that every week. Right? That's every
another team that has a song.
I mean, the Chiefs have the chop, but everyone has the chop.
What?
The Chiefs have the chop, but like every team in every major
from
sport.
The Braves.
Yeah.
The Pats just have like Bon Jovi.
Yeah, when they're
Let's just
winning.
play Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But like, you imagine if somebody had a tradition like Florida, like the I Won't Back Down or Dixieland Delight.
Yeah.
Like, that would be sweet.
That would be super cool.
Actually, sneaky new favorite one is at halftime, Alabama walks out to Metallica.
Oh, that's sweet.
And it's so sick.
That's cool.
Dude, you know what's funny? Because they do, like, that's a thing in baseball now, too, where it's like the Phillies in the playoffs a couple years ago, and I saw the Padres played some song, and the whole crowd was singing. Like, it's an actual environment. They should bring that to the NFL.
Like the Chargers, like teams like that, like struggling fan base wise. Why aren't you doing
San Diego Superchargers. You could do that one.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, or like, I'm surprised the Lions don't have one, or the Raiders.
I bet they have.
I was going to say the Raiders being like the Vegas thing.
They should have something.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. All right.
But yeah, like, sweet.
That's all the time we have. 47 minutes, not too
Clean
bad.
47.
Not too bad from us.
Right on, man.
I know, that was fun.
Roll Tide.
Good luck against Vandy.
It's a good week.
Great week.
Roll fucking Tide.
Don't give a damn about nothing but the Tide.
All right, football happened, and we have a bunch of random things to talk about.
Football happened.
Including QB rankings that we have to agree on.
Yeah, true.
Exciting.
All right.
You also what?
No, I'm just going to add it to an award. No, basically, 10% of my awards are football related.
Okay. Do you want to do your awards now?
Sure. We can just start it off hot.
And we'll see if I have any takes that come up with your awards. I'll talk about them.
Cool. All right, I'll start with my football takes and work my way out of them.
Cool.
That's not football. Okay, Chiefs Crime of the Week.
Let's hear it.
Rasheed Rice's mom wins this award. She was
Okay.
caught stealing a package on someone's front steps right after he got hurt. And I think it was Chaperone,
Yeah.
like record.
Ugh.
Just stole that.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
with her kid.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. Tyreek Hill of the Week.
Let's hear it.
Any guesses?
Tyreek Hill.
Von Miller.
Yes.
Yes, beat up his pregnant wife.
Is that what that was for?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
4-game suspension.
I saw 4-game suspension, and I saw policy, and I was like, I wonder if it's like drugs or something.
No.
Like
Beat up his
performance
pregnant
PEDs.
wife. Yeah. So that sucks for his pregnant wife.
Bummer.
Yep.
Not very Bills Mafia of him. They're always so wholesome.
Yeah, very, very awesome. Twitter graphic of the week.
Let's hear
We've
it.
talked about these a lot. Mm-hmm. The college, like, craziest opponent they've ever played.
Oh, so good.
Like they
So
resurface every year,
Yes.
and it's like Nebraska versus, I think it was Omaha Balloon College was Nebraska's best one.
Yes.
How do they have a football team?
Unbelievable. My favorite is UCF played Moscow, Russia in
the 90s.
1992.
Yeah, Cold War.
1992.
Cold War.
Right at the end.
Yeah.
Right at the tail end. UCF was going over there and beating the Soviets.
Yeah.
Like, what was going on?
It's all just like random, like YMCA's. Some of them are like Texas. I think played the Texas School for the blind and dumb.
Correct. Blind and dumb.
Yeah.
You're not saying that was.
And they
the
also
dumb
played
thing.
A&M that year. Tough schedule for Texas School blind.
I love there's Notre Dame JV team.
Yeah,
was
it's
on
just
there.
crazy
Yeah.
shit. And if you haven't seen them, look them up because they're so.
There was one that was like Alabama businessmen.
Yeah,
it was like,
it's just
okay.
like, why are we?
Is that just like, the Hub Sports equivalent? Of
I know,
like,
it's just like, but it's just like putting a bunch of guys together. Do they have an actual squad?
Right.
Yeah.
The best is like they're all around like literally like it reminds you how old college football is like compared to the NFL. But like it's like 1880 to like 1930, and then that's why the UCF one blew me away. 1992, right when Jordan was running the league, not too long ago.
Yep.
They're going
We're
to play
gonna send the
Moscow,
Golden
Russia.
Knights over there.
Yeah, let's send the Golden Knights. Like,
Who should handle the end of the Cold War?
UCF.
Golden Knights.
That UCF and Rocky should probably get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable.
No, so crazy. That's
Such
like
a
the
good graphic.
ultimate, like, send into your guys group chat thing and laugh at it. I sent like the Mac one.
Yeah.
I sent all of them.
All of them. They're all so good.
Okay. Special Needs Player of the Week.
Let's hear it.
The award goes to Broderick Jones. Congratulations, Steelers offensive lineman.
Yep.
Someone tweeted, "I'm not even joking. I think Broderick Jones has Down syndrome," and he replied, "I do!" Exclamation point. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, here's your award.
I have it.
Yep.
I have Down syndrome.
Yep, have it. Love that Project Jones.
Down
Georgia.
syndrome.
Maybe one of the almost Patriots. And
He was on the list, the short list.
Yeah.
All right, I have a QB comp of the week.
Love
If
it.
you want blind QB comp, if you want to guess.
Oh, I have one for you too.
okay.
Yes.
It's probably the same one.
Okay.
Are their records both 14-6?
No.
Okay. Both these quarterbacks are 14-6. The first one has 5,400 pass yards, 36 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 111 pass
36
rating.
touchdowns, you said?
36 and 13.
Nice.
This is since the start of last season, by the way.
Start of last season.
Yep.
Okay.
The other quarterback's also 14-6, has 5,000 pass yards, so 400 less, 33 touchdowns, 19 picks, six more picks.
Yeah.
and 6 less touchdowns, and a passer rating of 92, which is 20 less.
20 less? The other guy was 112?
Yeah, 111.5.
Both seem good.
Yeah, both are good. Both are good ratings.
Both
14 and 6.
Both seem like good quarterbacks. Is one of them Jared Goff?
No.
Huh.
One of them is not Jared Goff.
14 and 6 since the start of last season.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is one of them Josh Allen?
No.
I don't know. I don't know who these guys are. Can you give me one?
One of them's Brock Purdy.
Okay, I love that. I'm a big Brock Purdy guy.
He was the first one.
He was the first one. Was Brock Purdy.
So 6 more touchdowns, 6 less picks.
Is it Mahomes?
The other one's Patrick Mahomes.
Damn.
Yeah. Lower rating.
I'm glad that you're starting off that train because I have Purdy high on my QB rankings.
People are like out on Mahomes though.
Yeah.
Like, obviously 2 Super Bowls. He's just a winner. He'll get it done in the playoffs, but there's like a lot of crazy Twitter football guys I've been like following are out on him as like a actual passer of the football.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Baker Mayfield hits his spots, Derek Carr hits his spots.
Bad
Mahomes
pick.
just like throws it behind the line of scrimmage every time.
Bad pick last a week again.
I think he's had a lot of bad picks.
Yeah.
I mean, 33-19 isn't like.
I saw one thing where it was like I think he's just like bored, which I'm like
It could be.
It could
It
be
literally
a little
could
bit
just
of that.
be-
And also, I mean,
Injuring your own
any other
your
team,
best wide receiver.
that's tough.
On
And
an
like, who
interception.
on earth does he have on his team at this point?
Pat Mahomes.
Yes, like Kelsey,
Travis Kelce.
zombie. Yeah,
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt wearing 29.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Where is he?
Chiefs.
Get that guy back in the
Gotta
building.
be on the Chiefs.
Is he
I
still
saw-
on the roster? There's
Has to be.
no way.
I bet he is.
There's no way. He would have gotten snaps at this point.
No, dude.
Oh,
He's
buddy.
not good.
The white.
I was super high on him. Someone tweeted out that Sky Moore should be disassembled like an old car and used for parts for Rasheed Rice and the rest of the wide receiver team, which is
so insane.
So funny.
I forgot about Sky Moore. What happened to him?
You know what you forgot about? Juju Smith-Schuster.
Oh,
who
I
is
did not
still
forget
a
about
Chief.
him. Every time I see that number 9, I'm like,
Yeah.
the Patriots released them, and
Yeah.
now he's playing for the Chiefs. He's gonna win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he
God
is.
bless him. That team's weird. Okay, love that award. Anything else?
Do you have your? Well, I have a bunch of other awards.
Oh, my blind comp, sure.
Yeah.
Last 3 seasons. Okay, last 3.
Okay, three.
QBA, 10,000 yards ish.
10,000 yards.
10,028 yards. 64 touchdowns, 23 picks.
Okay.
Pretty solid. 24 and 14, pretty solid. 67.8% completion percentage, really solid. Last 3 seasons for QBB. 71 touchdowns, 32 picks. So just like a little more on both ends.
Okay.
7 more, actually, ish. 27 and 10, so slightly better. And then 66%, so slightly worse.
Okay.
So they're kind of similar,
Okay.
I'd say. Right around in the same ballpark.
Is QBB Josh Allen?
Correct.
Okay. And QBA, is it Brock Purdy?
No.
Oh,
No.
is it all right, let me take a guess. Jared Goff.
Yeah.
The 2 key quarterbacks that you said to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go.
Okay, so both are good.
Both are good.
That's all we're saying. We're
Both
not
are good.
really comparing them in any way. Like, I don't think it's like
Well, they seem pretty close.
I know, but like do you think it's that crazy that like Josh Allen's way better than Jared Goff?
Yeah, I
That
guess
you were
not.
like comparing Jared
Yeah.
Goff to Josh Allen?
It's like pretty
I think-
similar numbers.
I mean,
wise.
Jared
Yeah.
Goff
the Purdy
does better in the
moment was
playoffs
better.
and all that. So I think
It's not nuts. I have another blind comp though for you. That's a little different.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, you can open your eyes. It's fine. QBA. This is first 8 games of their career.
Okay, so this is gonna be Jaden Daniels versus
A younger guy versus like anyone who has also played at least 8 games in their career.
okay, Trey Lance.
First 8 games. First player, 1,231 yards,
Jaden Daniels.
6 touchdowns, 7 picks.
Oh, never mind.
4-4 record, 55% completion percentage, which is not great.
Hasn't played 8 games. I don't know why I was saying Jaden Daniels.
That's the first guy. Second guy, QBB, first 8 career games, 1,500 yards really, so better there. 10 touchdowns, better. 10 picks, worse. He went 2-6, so record is not nearly as
Okay,
good.
one of these is Bryce Young.
55% completion percentage as well. No.
Who's played 8 games so far this year? Like, why would they have played?
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be,
I have no guesses.
Okay, first guy is your guy, Anthony Richardson. Quinn's guy, Anthony Richardson.
This is not a thing we're doing.
Second guy is Josh Rosen.
Josh Rosen was good in college.
Yeah.
He's not my guy.
Pretty
We
simple.
can't. It's fine if we do that, but like
It's
Bryce
fine
Young,
if- it's
his
fine if we
stats
do
are
that.
better than your guy,
We should do that. We should look that up.
Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Let's look it up.
First
Let's look it up. First 8
8
games. Let's look it up.
Let's look. I'll do some quick math. Bryce Young, and it's all going to be last year, right? He played like every game last year.
Yeah, started.
Let's see.
I think it started like 0-6.
Yeah, he probably did start around 6. All right, 2023. Let's check it out. Check it out. A lot of losses. I'm seeing a lot of losses. Get this out of here.
How many touchdowns?
A lot of losses. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8. One more than Anthony Richardson. To be fair, Anthony Richardson has like
way more rushing touchdowns. Also.
Yeah, that too. Has as many picks. I think he has 7.
Okay.
Yep, as many picks. Not too bad. 0-1, 0-2, 0-3, 0-4, 0-5, 0-6, 1-6, 1-7. So record is much
worse. So your guy's worse than my guy.
Yeah, the completion percentage is right around the same.
Okay, but one of them has more rushing yards and rushing touchdowns and more wins. True or false?
True.
Okay, cool.
I was literally just putting two guys out there.
If we're talking about you said
putting two guys out there.
You didn't put them out there. You put them on me.
Well, I just put your guy.
You compared my alleged guy to Josh Rosen.
Yes, I did. That I did.
Yeah. Which is my guy after the comparison is better than your guy. If we're gonna claim guys.
Yeah, I mean
I didn't claim my guy. You actually claimed your guy.
Yeah.
My guy technically would be CJ Stroud. So why don't you do his first 8 games?
True. Really good. We have our new CJ Stroud, Jaden Daniels.
We do.
Your guy's old news.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, to be fair, was neither of our guys.
I don't know if we took a guy. Well, Drake May.
Drake May was our guy. Yeah.
Still probably the second best quarterback in the draft so far.
Yeah. Caleb's shown signs. That one pass was really good.
Yeah, no, Caleb's good. Although he can't throw the ball downfield, it seems. All right, rest of my awards.
Yep.
Wagon of the week.
Let's hear it.
Wagon of the week. The
Yeah.
Detroit Tigers. Congratulations.
Dude, I have guys of the week, anyone from Detroit.
Yeah, Tariq Schoolball.
Yeah.
Had a 2% chance of making the playoffs in early August, and they just beat the Astros in the first round of the playoffs.
That should be us. But yes, I'm happy for them.
I know, it's awesome.
They have you seen their top prospect has just been live tweeting the whole time.
Really?
He's just been like, dude, this I forget who's their pitcher's nasty. Who pitched the first game? Yeah, he's like, dude, he's cooking. And then he the MLB Instagram posted all of his tweets, and then he commented and was like, let's fucking go. Yeah,
he's like our age. That's awesome. He's probably not the number 1.
He's in their system.
No, I'm saying the number 1 is kind of in our system.
Yes, in the Tigers.
But the entire team makes less money than Josh Hader, who makes $19 million. The entire roster.
I don't even know who that
makes
is.
It combined. Josh Hader is a pitcher for the. I think he's on the Mets right now.
Probably that seems like a Mets thing to do. But yeah, their cap is unbelievable. Baseball.
Gone too soon. Player of the week.
Jimmy Carter. No,
still alive. 100 though.
Yeah.
100 years old.
Shout out.
Derrick Rose. Gone too soon.
Taj
Gibson.
The thing about Derrick Rose is he's sneaky. Played a lot of years.
So many years for that injury.
That's
for
what I
all
mean.
Those injuries, everyone was like, "Oh,
we should kind of talk about." He was he still contributed to rosters for a while.
That 50-point game was amazing.
The best day of my life. Yes.
That's the ultimate. How can you not be emotional about sports thing?
Totally. What Taj said.
Taj said he was heartbroken and he hasn't been able to get over it since he retired, and he hasn't had a chance to even post. Taj was heartbroken. Taj Gibson. I saw at a loss for words.
One of the only media day interviews I saw was him being like, everywhere I go, they ask me, I ask them, what do you want from me? And they say, just be Taj. Everywhere I go.
Just be Taj.
Where is he now? Charlotte Hornets.
Just be Taj.
Just be Taj.
What do you need from me physically?
I need you to be Taj Gibson.
Okay, you got it.
You got it. Everywhere I go.
That's what you're paying for.
It's like you're talking about I don't know, a multiple time champion or something.
Okay, yeah.
Taj Gibson.
All right. This one's the Wagon Player of the Week and maybe Player of the Future. Wagon Player of the Future.
Okay.
AJ Dybantsa.
Yeah, he's our guy.
We're claiming him now.
Claiming AJ.
It is October 2nd. We're claiming AJ Dybantsa.
From Brockton, Mass, I believe.
Brockton, yeah. He's still in high school.
Still in high school, yep.
But
like Ryan Williams could be.
Yeah, he is a hooper. Absolute bucket. He's the number 1 prospect in 2025.
Yeah.
Although I will say that if he goes to Duke, not my guy.
I don't think he's going to.
I don't know, but Duke's always on the list.
I know.
If he goes to Duke, I'm out.
I don't think he's.
Same with Cooper Flagg. I think Cooper Flagg actually was just in a picture with Hamas.
No, that's not true.
I didn't see it, but people told me about it.
That's not true. Nope, not true.
Okay.
Not true. But Dybantsa, I think it's UNC and Bama, right? Or his crystal ball right now?
No, he is there's
in BYU.
There's 6 schools.
Bajillion.
Yeah, because he goes to
Utah prep school.
Utah, right? Yeah. All right, magazine cover of the week.
Yeah, I know this one.
Do you?
Slam?
Well, it's a tie.
Okay.
Because Jaylen Brown was on the Time magazine cover.
Oh, I saw that today.
Yeah, so both.
Really cool.
Slam magazine had Derek White.
By Colin Kaepernick.
What?
He wrote the feature on that.
On Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown by Colin Kaepernick. That's the.
Oh, all right. I'm in on that.
Yeah.
I'm in on that.
It's
I'm in on social justice. Fight the power.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's your thing. Yeah.
I fight it.
Yeah.
Shout out Time or Slam magazine as well.
Yeah.
For doing
Derek White and Drew.
The boys.
Really cool.
The fact that they just have Larry O'Brien and both gold medals on is insane.
And it's our 3rd and 4th best player.
Insane.
It's so cool.
Yeah. maybe
fifth and might be our fifth and
I know.
fourth and
Porzingis
fifth
healthy. That's starting to gear up too, and I'm so excited.
Yeah, I saw. My favorite like little subgenre of sports is like NBA off season, like crazy like theories.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them are on Reddit, and I saw one on TikTok today that was like
the one that was like kill if the Pistons kill 5 of their players.
That vibe.
Yeah.
But it was like, should Bronny kill LeBron? And they referenced the Santa Claus where
what
that guy
Christopher Kringle.
Yeah, well, I forget which he's
Burgermeister Meisterburger?
No, the live action where it's like that movie where Santa Claus like accidentally dies on the guy's roof and he like goes up and checks on him and then because of that the powers get transferred to him and he becomes Santa Claus. No.
Mickey's Toys Upon a Christmas.
No. Live action, like I said. And,
live action, Fred Claus.
Is it that? Is it that one? Is it that one? It could be that one. Where the powers of Santa Claus get transferred to him.
I think it is Fred
So
Claus.
they were saying, like, it's a whole video. They were like, LeBron isn't his name. It's just like a mythical figure title. So when Bronny kills him, the powers will be transferred to Bronny.
So Thunderstruck. They didn't have to do the Santa thing. They could just say Thunderstruck.
He'll become the next LeBron.
Space Jam.
I'm in on that theory. It's just what a start to a TikTok.
Should got the whole fro. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
I saw something that said that the vibes in the Lakers practice is actually like the highest it's been in 10 years or something.
Sweet.
Which I love because I think it'd be fun if the Lakers are good for basketball. It's good for basketball.
Totally.
And they don't have a chance of beating us anyway, so it's fun.
Totally. I love it. Austin Reeves was like giving his presser and then in the background LeBron just like screamed as loud as he could and he was like, that's a 40-year-old
I know, LeBron's just
man.
fucking around because he's just happy.
He's like, that's a 40-year-old guy who just did that. And I was like, that's fine.
I also... Every single fan base, like the Thunder do it a lot, but every Twitter fan base is like, who could beat this starting 5? Like, who's beating this team? Mm-hmm. And I love just being able to post a picture of the Celtics. Or like Joe Mazzulla's face wicked up close.
Yes.
I love it.
That's who's beating him. Yep.
That's winning a championship has its perks.
Yeah. You guys should do it.
You should do it.
More awards.
I don't have a ton. Oh, bet of the week. Gambler of the week.
Let's hear it.
This is a football one. Someone put $100 to win $8,500 on Jared Goff to score a touchdown, rushing or receiving in the 6th drive.
That's
sixth drive for Jared Goff to score a touchdown.
That's so absurd.
Non-passing. Which
100 to win 8,000 almost doesn't seem like enough.
That's a call the number.
That's a Euro.
If we're betting Jared Goff rushing or receiving touchdown on the 6th drive of the game,
Euro plant.
No, it's just call the number.
That
had to have been a live bet, right?
Yeah.
Like it had to have been placed
no way.
mid-drive where you're like, all right, I'm getting the vibes that he's going to run one in, which Jared Goff never runs.
He never sneaks it really either, and especially they have the best running back room in the league.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about, but good hit, I guess.
Good for him, FanDuel plant, unbelievable.
That was the last one. Unless you want me to talk about the Diamondbacks, which I don't really want.
Why do you have something about the Diamondbacks? Let's talk about the Diamondbacks.
Well, it was the crazy stat of the week. The Diamondbacks led the league in runs, 886, and the Mariners led up the fewest amount of runs, 556, and neither made the playoffs.
That is so weird.
Yeah,
baseball.
That's like you leading the league in fantasy points and not making the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's what I did last year.
True.
I was second to last in the league, and I had the most points.
Sucks, man.
I got to play better defense.
My takes, little Patriots thing. I feel like it's officially the season from hell for the Patriots.
Yeah, we should talk about the Patriots because that's why we're here.
And I kind of came up with this thing. I'm like, okay, am I over Alex Van Pelt? Am I, putting a little pressure on Mayo? And I'm like, I think it might just be impossible to judge because, like, your two best players on either side of the ball have gotten hurt.
No. This is perfect. This is how every team has these injuries.
Yeah, these are bad, though.
Well, look at the Chiefs. Their top receiver got hurt. Look at the
Chiefs,
Vikings. Their quarterback got hurt.
Yeah.
Like, this shit just happens, and that's why when you don't get the depth, then you show how shitty of a team you are. That's what we talked about in the offseason. Like, you have to build the offensive line depth. You can't just go and re-sign Mike Owenu or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you have to build the depth in the draft and other areas. Like, injuries are part of the game.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, oh, we got injured this year, we suck. No, you got to still be good with the injuries. That's fucking football.
Jalen Polk leads rookie receivers in separation rate.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Maybe someone threw him the ball.
That catch he made that wasn't a catch. That should have been a catch.
I would have loved a better angle of it.
I know. There's one screenshot where you can see his foot
with like the Fox logo on the screen.
Yeah. I have 3 Patriots questions.
I have one Patriots question.
Cool.
Is there any reason to actually watch a Patriots game?
No.
Right?
I think literally serious, maybe if Drake May comes in the fourth quarter.
Right. But I'm just being, as an actual fan of the Patriots, what is good? Like, why would I turn the TV? What are the positives? What are the pros and cons of me watching a Patriots game?
I think
the pros are highlighting the cons. The pros are literally going on Twitter and being like, "This team sucks."
Every time Jalen Polk makes a catch, I get excited.
But like,
not that excited.
It's not.
I'm like that's nice. Yeah, no, oh my god, no. And it's like last year it was like, no, I really want them to be bad so they can get a quarterback. It's like, well, we have our guy. It's like, and I still want them to lose so we can get a high draft pick.
But it's week 4.
God,
week 5.
It's week 4. Who's the team doctor? Should we fire them? But it seems like is Cole Strange alive?
No, he passed away actually.
Damn it! And can Drake May play center?
That one, jury's still out on. What are your thoughts on the Drake May start thing? I know we talked about it.
I think at this point, no Andrews. I'm like, you know what? Let's just not touch him. I think
I'm the same way. I've always been like, once we come back from Europe, let's just put him in there. Fuck it.
Yeah. It might be a just completely fuck it situation. I'll just be bummed if he like gets hurt. Like that will bum me out.
There's just like, if he gets hurt, it would suck. Yeah. There's just like, but there's cases where it's like Bryce Young went in, got destroyed, or Mac Jones too. Like, well, I guess he had a good first.
They both started week 1 too. Those guys.
But it's like you lose your confidence. That's what I was worried about. But Peyton Manning threw 700 interceptions and then turned into Peyton Manning. Yeah. So it's like if you got it, you got it.
Yeah, and it's always better like halfway through the year because those guys are like the expectations are always a little different with those guys. So, but yeah,
no, I mean we're just gonna be tough. We're just a bad football team,
tough.
And that's what we do. So it just sucks. I don't even want to talk about them.
Okay, cool. Moving on. I just little Geno Smith. I think he's like really, like he's better than I thought he was. Like I think he throws a really good ball.
Yeah.
And now like did he execute at the very end? It's like no, but I think they're like a lot of people were talking about Detroit's defense. It's like no, I think Seattle's a good team. I think they're a
good football team. I think they are. Yeah, I mean the NFC's tough. I think there's they broke the record for most first downs in a loss.
Correct.
Which is crazy.
I just like the way Geno throws that ball.
He throws it well.
I was looking at my preseason notes and I was like, I think Geno regresses. He's really good.
Okay, so already wrong.
He's really good. I had a couple things that were glaringly wrong.
Yeah.
As in the Vikings as like the number 2 team to blow up and be.
Do you want something crazy about the Vikings?
But
they have. And where was your thoughts on the Jaguars?
It was
mediocre.
I thought Trevor Lawrence would be good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Vikings. This is according to some website, playoffstatus.com.
Trust them with my life.
Right? And it's one of those websites that looks old.
Okay, so that means it's good.
Better. Yeah. The Vikings have double the chance of winning the Super Bowl than the Jags do of making the playoffs.
Oh my god. That's nuts.
So
I watched a lot of that second half, and Sam Darnold looked a little Sam Darnold-y.
No.
He looked a little shaky in that second half. So I'm just putting that out there. Sam
Darnold's awesome. Starting from a fantasy team this
week. The Lions are really fun, and they're just so fun.
Yeah, they have a great they're probably a Super Bowl pick, right? They might be my favorite to win the Super Bowl right now.
Yeah. I mean, they're just.
I'm not going to write off the Chiefs, but like
Terrion Arnold needs to stop getting penalties. Other than that, it's like they have such a good roster.
They got guys.
Such a good roster.
They got guys, and they have the
Jared
coach.
Goff just went perfect. He threw a perfect game.
He's perfect.
Yeah,
absolutely perfect. They got the receivers. They got the running backs. They got a good offensive line.
Oh, this was one of my guys. Rush. Mike McDaniel. Down in Miami.
Yeah, what's going on there? People are like calling for his head.
Is he out?
Why is he out though?
I don't know.
Why is everyone calling for his head? I kind of missed that point. Because he can't coach Tyler Huntley?
I know. And I think that offense is legit complex. You know? And it's like Tyler Huntley, who you picked up off the couch like in 4 days of prep.
Pro Bowler.
I know, but it's like, it's like, why didn't they throw the ball more? Like, maybe he just doesn't know the offense.
Is it because everyone else in the league picked up an old bummy quarterback and he is like lighting it up, and now he can't coach Tyler Huntley? I don't think we should fire him because of Tyler Huntley. But that being said, they're still not meeting expectations even with Tua.
Yeah, I mean last year they made the playoffs, but yes, I agree.
And then they played in a cold game.
Exactly, and it's kind of tough because now I'm like, oh, let's take the step forward. Tua died. So, but yeah, I was watching that game, which was a horrendous game, and I was like, why don't we just throw the ball to Tyreek Hill every play? And they just didn't do that, and I was like, what is happening? And Tyreek Hill's yelling on the sideline.
Mike McDaniel should be a guy that just can scheme up enough picks to get Tyreek Hill open so he can run. But I don't know, dude. I don't think just because his quarterback got hurt and Tyler Huntley's in, we should fire him.
I don't think so.
Not we, but
it was a question.
The royal we.
It was a question. Devontae Adams getting traded finally.
Yeah, this is the point in the year. I wrote on this too. This is the point in the year where every good receiver is rumored to get traded to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like the time of year where if you're a good receiver on a bad team, you're going to the Chiefs or you're just leaving town.
I don't know how they're going to, like...
And then they never really go.
I don't know how they're going to...
When's the last time a big receiver got traded midway, halfway through the year?
Yeah, Mike Evans was a big, thing to go to the Chiefs a year and a half ago.
No, never happens.
Never happens. So, I'll be real shocked. I mean, I will be so shocked if the Chiefs end up with Devontae Adams.
He said he wanted to go somewhere with a familiar quarterback.
Yeah,
the Jets?
It's probably going to be New York. I really think it's going to be New York
Saints.
with Derek Carr, Fresno State. I like that too. My thing is like this first team is based on prior behavior. What if it's the Rams?
What did you say? The first team? What?
This first team is based on my first.
Oh, for Devontae Adams.
Based on prior behavior, the Rams.
Yeah, I mean the Rams would be fun.
They've been aggressive
Cooper's
before.
Going to be out for a while.
That's what I mean. It wouldn't shock me if all of a sudden it's like, oh, dude, the Rams just traded a first round pick for Devontae and they got him.
You think a first rounder?
Well, they've done things like that before. Like this is their first time having a first rounder like last.
True, that is true. He wants to get rid of it. Anyway.
That's what I mean. So I wouldn't be shocked. And then
that would be fun.
Jaguars.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on there in Jacksonville.
I don't know,
but it is not good.
Not good.
Not good at all.
Not good. Belichick watch maybe with them, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they're like able to pull off a successful trade.
I don't either.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't know where else you'd go.
Rams. Yeah, and I was looking at a bunch of these teams because it seemed like I'm like, oh, who wouldn't want Devontae Adams? I'm like, not a lot of teams.
Why would you? He has a big contract and he's an old hurt wide receiver.
That's what I mean. Yeah, and a lot of these
seems
teams
to be like
the Bills wouldn't do that.
No,
unless
you just had a locker room problem.
Yeah,
that was complaining about targets. Do you want to get another one?
Yeah, no. So Saints wouldn't shock me.
I'm not the guy to always root for the favorites and everything to go well. If Tyreek Hill went back to the Chiefs, it would kind of be awesome.
Oh, that'd be insane.
It would kind of be crazy.
Yeah, and he tweeted like I like Miami or something. I like.
Well, no, someone was like Tyreek Hill requested trade to the Saints, and he like tweeted it and was like,
"Oh yeah, me this guy, yeah,
I did it,
yeah, interesting." Only good thing about that Monday Night Football game, Titans and Dolphins, was Storm Duck. We just got to hear his name.
What is that?
That is a player on the Dolphins.
Storm Duck.
Number 0, I think.
Fame
cornerback.
Name.
Pretty sweet.
Storm Duck.
Huh. I think, it's the Dolphins, right? Not the Titans.
I wasn't tuned in enough to hear Storm Duck's
name. Are you
name.
kidding me? UNC, your guy.
What? Is it Tar Heel?
Yeah, Tar Heel.
For life?
Yeah. Storm Duck.
Sorry, Storm Duck. He played quarterback at Chapel Hill.
Corner.
I thought you said quarterback.
No, corner.
Okay, corner.
Kind of cooler.
We're in 0.
For the
Storm
Dolphins.
Duck.
Storm Duck.
Okay.
I think you were 23 at UNC, too. Kind of tough.
Mike Jordan.
Kind of tough. All right, do you want to get into our quarterback rankings?
Oh, yeah. Our group quarterback rankings? We're going to agree on these 100%.
100%. We probably won't even need to
So we should start at 1.
Start at 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What are we ranking them on? This year? So just this year?
Today.
Okay. But is it like the quarterback you want on your team? How they've done this year?
Yeah.
I think general rankings?
I think it's just who's like, you have a game tonight.
Okay.
Who's your quarterback?
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Cool.
Number 1.
Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes.
Yep.
But the gap is shrinking.
It is.
I'll say that.
I would agree.
2, Josh Allen.
Yep.
Okay, cool. This is easy.
We're cooking.
3,
Lamar.
CJ Stroud.
Oh.
We switched up.
Wow, we did.
We switched up.
We did switch up.
I don't know if I could scheme for Lamar Jackson.
When they have Derrick Henry, what are you doing?
He's awesome.
I know, and it's like as a quarterback itself. But
that is semi-recency bias, right? Because they smoked the Bills, but didn't they just get beat by the Raiders?
The Raiders, which is going to go down as, like, what happened there?
No, that happens every year.
I know,
2 years ago, the Ravens lost to, some
random team.
It was like the Panthers or some shit.
Yeah. I'm honestly, I'm reversing course on Lamar, just because I've been harder on him than you have, and I'd like the playoff loss really bummed me out. And so I've been watching a lot of him, and every time I'm just like, oh my god, this guy's so good.
He could win he's a Super Bowl quarterback, I think.
So
and I hate the rushing quarterbacks, but
and it's like they're
all right, do you want to put him 3?
If you're down to put him 3,
I'm only gonna put him 3. I think CJ Stroud this year has been a better thrower of the football.
I have CJ Stroud way too low on this list.
Okay, I have Lamar Jackson lower on this list as well.
Okay, so 4. So we have Lamar at 3.
Yeah.
I'm willing to put CJ Stroud at 4.
Who else were you thinking?
Burrow.
Okay, but Burrow hasn't been awesome.
He's been solid.
Well,
I think the Commanders game he was really good, and then I watched a bit of the Panthers game. That's what I mean. So he won me so many points in the Commanders game because I was like, wow, he's just going down. And
I have Matt Stafford at 4.
Wow, I don't have Stafford on this list.
Dude, Matt Stafford wins football games without wide receivers.
It was crazy how he 4.
I know McVay helped him out, but he absolutely destroyed that Niners defense.
No, you're right, and
without a wide receiver.
It's crazy.
Not many guys in the league can march down on the Niners defense at the end of the game to win.
Yeah,
even with McVay.
2 through 12, I feel like is crazy. It's super tough.
Yeah, it is different. I don't know if I would trust Lamar Jackson with doing that.
It's like Lamar Jackson with his scheme, maybe.
It's different, but
I know.
I think I'd rather have Matt Stafford under center than a lot of guys in the NFL.
Okay, so we've Stroud at 4, and then we're talking 5 right now.
So we have Josh Allen, Or no, we have Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen,
Lamar, CJ
Stroud.
And then 5 you want Stafford.
That's where I'm at. I have Burrow way lower. But I understand it. But it's just like, what has he done for me? Like,
I know he's beat the Commanders. He's beat only the Panthers this year. Yeah. But I just, he's Burrow. And then lately is like he looked great against the Panthers. It's the Panthers. And I thought the Commanders game, like he won so many points for me. And like I know I also had the bet writing on it, but I was just like really.
He still lost though.
I know, but I think that was because of his defense.
Yeah.
So I just thought like he was really good.
I'm gonna use my. You can have one too. I'm gonna use my one veto on this.
Okay. No.
I'm gonna choose my one Quinn's pick.
I don't even hate the Stafford thing because that 49ers game is so insane.
He was awesome.
And he's throwing to dudes I have legitimately never heard of. I believe they lost to the Bears.
He did also get shut down by the Cardinals.
Yeah.
The week before that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What to do?
That's what I mean. All right,
maybe I won't use my Quinn's pick.
What if we don't go with either of them since you have Burrow?
What if we do both of them? What if we do both of them tied for 5? Have no spot in 4.
Well, we have a 4th. We have CJ.
Or no spot at 5. Both of them tied for 6.
So Burrow and Stafford tied at 5.
Tied at 6. Leave the
5 spot free play.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Or we could just do tied at 5, and then the next we'll just go straight to 7.
Fine. Okay.
Okay.
Deal. This is going well. All right, 7. Brock Purdy?
I have Brock and Herbo right around
Me too. I have Brock then Herbo.
Okay.
I think Brock's doing more.
I think Brock's throwing the ball better. And
Herbo's throwing the ball fine, but he just doesn't throw it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I think Brock
is taking a step for me.
But Brock's whole thing was that he had all these weapons and it was all the scheme, and he's still
Jennings
looking well.
Mm-hmm.
Looking well.
He's still looking well. He's got a someone was talking about like his kind of like Ryan Williams-y, like just his like presence and like his feel. Like he's always just moving around and just like making things happen. I like Purdy there.
So we'll do Purdy
then Herbo. That's what I have.
Herbo.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's 7-8. So we have 2 left.
Yeah.
2 left. I have a crazy shot.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. Okay.
I had Goff in front of him, but
we'll do Jaden Daniels then Goff.
Yeah.
I'm in for that.
It seems like a solid list. Yeah. I had Rodgers floating in there just because he's Rodgers.
Also floating in there, but
I don't think that. I think they've been better. I think the other guys have been better.
Jaden Daniels, first ever quarterback with back-to-back 80% completion percentage.
Stupid. Every time I'm like, I know it's early.
Our list is Pat Mahomes.
Yep.
Josh Allen.
Yep.
Who's 3? Lamar. CJ Stroud.
Yep.
Tied for 5, Stafford and Burrow.
Yep.
7 is Purdy. 8 is Herbo. 9 is Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
And 10 is Jared Goff.
I don't think that's a crazy list for right now. I really don't.
It.
I mean, look, I know it's early with Jaden, but like I watch him play and he's just hitting it's a catch every time. It's a catch every time.
Nick, you're editing this video.
Yeah, it's oh my god.
I thought you liked that list.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Talk about Goff. We want to talk about catch every time. I mean, we have our last 2 guys are all of a sudden quarterback play. I feel like is really good again. The last 2 guys don't throw incompletions, so that's something.
Yeah. Who was just left off? Hurts.
Rodgers, Hurts. Kyler.
Kyler's been awesome this year. They're like either the best in the league, or it's like
things are going wrong,
or you're on the Cardinals.
Yeah. We got that. We got Bo Nix was left off.
Left off weird.
Your guy, Dak.
Right. Dak was on it. Dak is
Gino.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Sam Darnold.
I think our list was good.
Jordan Love. For me, Jordan Love just hasn't played.
Well, yeah,
and half of
the 2 games he's played, he lost.
Baker.
Maybe we should put Baker.
You should throw Baker flyer. For me, he hasn't been. He's been really good though.
Should we do Baker?
My thing is like, how much better would you have wanted Baker to be so far?
Should we do Baker 11? Should we do top 11?
Baker 11.
Yeah.
Baker
or should
11.
we put him tied for 10th?
Tied for 10th with Jared Goff.
Yeah.
I think they've both been good in kind of their own ways. And
then it's only 10.
And then I don't feel bad about leaving Rodgers off because of that abomination that I saw.
What if we did this? What if we did like 20 quarterbacks but tied them all for different things? So it said top 10 and they're all like tied for 8.
They're all tied. Guys can't choose anything. Unbelievable.
I like that list.
I thought I was going to have to argue more. I thought I was going to have to argue about Herbo.
I'm surprised you left Stafford off the list. I was high on Herbo.
That Lad McConkey throw was like, oh my god.
I know.
That's why he's so good.
He's good.
Really high on Purdy. Stafford, I love Stafford off. I think it was because I watched some of the Bears game, but also like he's throwing to, again, Foot Locker employees. A bunch of Foot Locker employees. Mm-hmm. So good for him. I think
number 15 with the long hair.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of.
All right, solid sweet. List. Is that the pod? 81? That's the pod. I think we did a full hour and a half.
I think that's the pod. How's your girlfriend?
I stopped recording audio.
Do feel like you don't have any time for me anymore.
Yeah, I don't, man.
I was texting you the other night and you didn't respond because you were just hanging out with her.
That's maybe not true. Although I've hung out with her every day.
Whatever. She's a nice girl.
Were you texting me about fantasy football?
Yeah.
And what did I answer?
Sorry, man. Busy having sex.
Score. Sorry, man.
Have a great week, everyone.
You too, everyone.